Okay, today we are playing a game on Busan. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Orisa, Winston, and Reinhardt, though a lot less of Winston compared to the other two. Also, we're on the console today, so consider yourself forewarned. Current team composition is Orisa, Diva, Symmetra, McCree, Anna, and Zenyatta. So, we'd rather not have the Symmetra, of course, but life is just difficult sometimes like that, isn't it? And we don't get what we would like. Also, Orisa, Diva, not your ideal combo of tanks. Usually the go-to other tank to play with Orisa is, Roadhog. You know, it's not that bad, it's just not ideal. You know, there's way worse combos of tanks you can have. You can still beat Roadhog and Zarya to this day, sadly. And they usually are. So, we come up here and we see they've got a Reinhardt, and that's very scary. But he's not the most sensible man in the world, is he? Yeah, just run in, swing in, immediately purple, stun, dead. So, they're probably super stoked about that one. I know I would be. Now they've lost their Zenyatta as well. Oh no, everything's going rather badly for them. Points unlocking, come down to contest the point. Junkrat's come down to contest the point with us, and he didn't get too terribly far. We did use Fortify kind of early, because Junkrat's not even gotten through the shield yet. Like, I mean, I know he can just walk through it, but he's made not much attempt to do so yet. We could just keep dancing through the shield instead, rather than using Fortify, because Fortify is a pretty long cooldown ability. Don't want to use it, unless you have to. Though simultaneously, you do want to use Fortify before you've taken a bunch of damage, so it is better to use it early. Because usually people will get dropped down to like a quarter health and then be like, oh, I should use Fortify. Well, they've kind of already done all the damage to you now, haven't they? So, we got control of the objective. It looks like Reinhardt's changed to Winston, which, you know, he didn't do so well on the Reinhardt, so I can't really judge him for that decision. We've got a lot of shit going on. Our team's not very, close together. Everybody's pretty spread out. Zenyatta and Symmetra have just kind of immediately been clapped. And we're trying to fight our way out, but we're kind of down here by ourselves at this point. Standing on the point itself is usually pretty scary, because, like, of this exact situation. Usually we want to, like, push up a little bit to try and control the area around the objective, rather than actually fighting on the objective itself, because the objective itself is literally just a big empty square, which is not particularly appealing to stand on. And if you can control the area around the objective, you control the objective as well. Or you can just, you know, stand a little bit behind the objective, then step on the objective if you need to, like literally just kind of sit like here. And then step forward if you have to, or go stand on, like, the high ground, like, up there. If you can control the area up there, it's harder for them to walk in. You can just jump down to contest it if you absolutely have to. But ideally, they don't even get to, like, push past you. Now, you can't take that too far, because obviously we don't want to run up and spawn camp them, because that tends to be an easy way to die and through the game. But if you can just push up a little bit past the objective on the King of the Hill map and control that area, you don't have to worry about standing on the scary point anymore. For example, like Sanctum on Nepal, you know? You don't want to sit, like, on that point, because, like, and this point's got a similar kind of structure, where it's literally a square that is surrounded by another square. And standing on the inner square is kind of scary, because every other part of the square can just shoot in at you, and they also are on high ground on this map as well. So if you can just control this here area, hold them up there, or down there, they take a bunch of damage going on to the objective, trying to force their way through you. So they basically have to fight you, or just run straight through you. And if they run through you, you'll just shred them as they run past. So they kind of have to fight you on the way to the objective, which is usually easier than fighting on the point itself. So like on Nepal, like Sanctum, if I finish that train of thought for a second, you don't want to stand on the square. That's why we like push up to the side doors and then like shoot in at them as they're trying to push their way through the doorway. And then if we have to, we can just back up, which is relatively easy to do on that map. Because it's just a more appealing prospect, basically. So we've got our bongo built up. Enemy team is pretty split up at this point. I just saw Reaper. Just saw Reaper right there. Did you see Reaper? I see Reaper. Right up there. Oh, sadly we won't be able to do that soon, will we? Maybe we shouldn't dwell on that one too much, given the changes they're doing to Shadow Step. Hey, Shadow Step's going to be a useful ability. Isn't that exciting? So we held the bongo for a pretty long time here. They were using trance, so that's probably the reason why. Oh, McCree slept up on us. He definitely didn't do that. Did we see McCree coming at all? I didn't see McCree coming. But did we see McCree coming? Nope, I didn't see McCree coming up until this point, and I didn't hear him either. So, hey, sometimes you get snuck up on. It's okay, we'd already won the fight by that point, so we died, but it's far from the end of the world, considering we already have control over the objective. Now, tragically, we are playing Orisa, which means we're very slow, so it's going to take us a while to get back. Seeing as we had our bongo ready as well, it is doubly sad to die. But we got back before anything was really happening. We can see McCree looks like he's having a great fucking time, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like he's having a fun old time over there? I did just catch a glimpse of their Zenyatta. Right there. Pointing with my fucking finger like a dumbass. Right up here. So I'll take a few shots at him first. Also, like, standing on the point's still bad. We could just walk up here, fight with McCree, pretty much. Jump down if we have to. And McCree is currently nano boosted, so supporting him, make it easier for him to do his job, you know? Winston jumps on Anna down here. Tragically, there's not a lot we can do to save her from Winston other than just shoot Winston. So, you know, you can use Halt to try and, like, yank him off of her, but that doesn't really work as well against Winston, sadly. Do have our bongo built up. It didn't really look like it was necessary, so not much reason to use it. Because we were in fairly commanding control of the round so far. So McCree's in the room on the left-hand side. This is very important to remember, because we don't want to get snuck up on again in the near future. We did just kind of, like, shooting fish in a fucking barrel right there, wasn't it? We just sat shooting down there, having a great time. Let's go back and watch that again, actually. Just, oh, yeah, oh, thanks, Zen. Feels good, man. Moira apparently threw herself off the map, so that's nice. McCree is still not dead. This is concerning to me. Here he comes. He's dead now. Thank goodness. It's all over. So, this map, it went pretty well, so we decided to use the bongo right now. We're pretty far up. We don't want to use the bongo this far up, if at all possible. And, I get we're probably just trying to hold them in the doorway. But putting the bongo up, down, like, right up here, yeah, it's a pretty easy place for it to get broken. Fortunately, they've got bigger problems than that right now, so they don't really worry about it too much. But if we're gonna use the bongo as Orisa, you usually want to back up a little bit first, so that the bongo is in a safer position, for it is so easy to break. Oh, something, a little awkward happened here. Hold on, coming back. Alright, I'm in there. Oh, big swivel. So now apparently they've got a Genji, somebody has just said. Not much, you know, inconvenient to fight Genji as Orisa. Not the worst in the world, but still annoying. So we've lost both our DPS already. Standing up here while cool is not ultimately very productive for us to do as Orisa, because we're the team's main tank, and we're just, like, literally sitting up here by ourselves, right? So, we should really just be on the ground trying to make headway to the objective instead. And now we jump down, we start trying to make headway to the objective, but we've lost both our DPS, which is going to make it very difficult for us to win the fight. We've also now lost Anna, so we're pretty boned, to be honest with you. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have even used Fortify, just because by the time we used Fortify, I had already given up on any dream of ever winning that fight. And if you can't win the fight, you want to either try and get out of the fight, or just die quicker, so you can regroup with your team faster. Not a huge deal, it's not like we died that much later than we would have done otherwise, but, you know, if you're playing anybody that's got, like, some kind of big defensive ability, Roadhog players are very good at doing this one. You'll just end up prolonging your death for a longer time, end up feeding the enemy team more ult charge, and then also just being staggered. So, try to avoid that. If you've lost a fight, just try and back out. If you can't back out, die quicker. If you can, throw yourself off the map, then they don't even get any ult charge off you. We just put our shield down, like, right as she used it, didn't we? No, she did use it, and then we pushed the button. We pushed it right there, like, after it had already gone past us, basically. So, less than ideal. Less than ideal. Or Diva's feeling good about that one. She's got her play of the game. Do we change? No, not yet. Must want to use our ultimate first. Or are we thinking about it, maybe? No. Because we are about to enter the Winston segment, which is the shortest segment, but we are closing in on the Winston segment. Because I think we only play him for the latter half of this round. I think we change off him as soon as the third round starts. Spoiler warning, we don't win this round. I know you're probably shocked to learn that, given how it's been going so far. So here comes Dragonblade, here comes Reinhardt. Dead. We just changed without using our ultimate. That's fair, because honestly it doesn't look like we're going to get much use out of the bongo this round, to be honest. I would have changed to Reinhardt, personally, already. Just because the enemy team's got a Reinhardt, and you don't have a Reinhardt, it's very scary, because it makes you a lot more vulnerable to exactly this situation. Usually you don't think it's going to happen to you right outside your fucking spawn. But if you don't have a Reinhardt, it's really easy to just get earth-shattered, and you have limited ways of dealing with it. So, fortunately, Reinhardt was doing a big no-no, and now he's dead, and we've actually managed to regain some forward momentum. Thanks, Reinhardt. And look at that, we've captured the objective suddenly. Great. Oh, do we capture it? Yeah, we're gonna capture it, right? Yeah, we're gonna capture it. As long as no big C9s happened, which is kind of what I was afraid of happening. I could just feel it in my body that a C9 was coming for some reason. I don't know why, I watched the video earlier. Shows you how much attention I paid. To be perfectly honest with you, so far, this game, it's not felt like there's been too terribly much we could have done about either outcome regardless. Because, like, first rounds, they did some dumb shit, which made it easier for us. Second round so far, everything's just gone to shit in a lot of different ways. I think the best thing we could have done was just change heroes sooner, to be honest with you. Which is, you know, sometimes the sad reality. Oh, it's just barely. Oh god, I was so afraid we weren't going to push it in time. So we're on Lucio. Lucio's dead. Torbjorn's dropping his payload everywhere. Oh, there's a Widowmaker now. That's very exciting for us as Winston. And there she goes. And here we come. Ho 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 ho. That's the thing, once you use your grappling hook as Widow, you are pretty vulnerable after that point, because you can't do it twice. I'm a little surprised she didn't go for the classic Widow maneuver of just, like, jump off the edge and then grapple back up again after Winston jumps off. Wouldn't have saved her, obviously. We jumped after her, but that's usually what they try and do. So, we've still got control of the objective. Things are going great. So great, in fact, that we've obviously Fate's got to turn it against us, and we immediately run into Reaper. But we get away from him, so it's okay. We are tragically low health for this right now. Ooh, Junkrat's bad. Junkrat is bad. Oof. He had to do, like, practically nothing to kill us, and he just fucked it up. Absolutely incredible. So things have been going well, but obviously I've already told you we play the third round, so you're thinking right now, well, how does it go downhill from this position? Oh, no, we're mad low. Never mind, disregard what I was going to say. Never mind. I didn't realize we were at 90 health right there. So you're thinking, like, how does it all go downhill so quickly? We seem like we're in such a commanding position. Life is just this way with Overwatch sometimes, isn't it? So Reaper did just teleport in behind us. Not much we can do about that one as Winston. And, no! I just heard someone go, no, at the same time as well. So a lot of people did die ahead of time. Was there anything we could have feasibly done about it? There is a fight happening on the point right now, and we've elected to go past the point to look for people reinforcing, which you don't want to do, really. Like, I mean, you can, but you have to be pretty confident your team on the point is going to handle the situation, which, you know, big variance right there. Personally, I'm of the mindset I'd rather get control of the point properly before I start going to look for the people who are reinforcing, and then, hey, you know, be careful where you leap, right? Probably don't need to go over in agonizing detail why jumping off the map is bad. Unless you're gonna die, in which case jump off the map to deny them the ult charge, if you know you're gonna die. So that ends the Winston segment right there. Now we're on the Reinhardt segment. So yeah, I told you it was a lot less Winston compared to the others. But just enough I felt like I had to put him on the card, if you found him. So, they've got a Symmetra now, so they're probably very excited about that one, given how it's going. But I mean, we had a Torbjorn last round, so hey, right? So we did manage to clear out the Symmetra turrets pretty much immediately, but we really don't want to swing again at this point, because like, we're kind of right in front of the entire enemy team. Symmetra's built up her laser at that point as well, and we just take a big old chunk of damage. We are still really low. We should not be going in swinging right now until we are a little healthier. We have also probably line of sighted our healers, because we have walked on the other side of the barrel. That's a drum right there. You know, because we are getting healed, and then, oh, we walk around the corner, and now they likely can't see us anymore. And hey, we get beat to death. We just need to be more passive until we regain some more health. We don't want to go running in swinging when we're only at like 200 health. It was also kind of a scary time to take it down earlier, just because we were right next to the Symmetra who had fully built up her laser, and the rest of her team as well. You're also not usually allowed to just, like, run around a corner and break Symmetra's turrets as Reinhardt, but they didn't exactly collapse on us very, decisively. So it ended up being better off than, usual results. So we've only managed to build up... Oh, they got a Bastion now. Just saw him right there, so that's pretty exciting, isn't it? Oh, that's an interesting maneuver. She could have stayed up on the high ground with that right there. Like, what they're doing right now, they could just be doing right up here instead, and they would be getting the same results, but they would be safer, because suddenly, hey, you can't just jump up that gap anymore, right? So you can't get to them as easily. So, unfortunately, they do manage to, buckle down in the corner over there. Oh god, very optimistic right here. I've been trying to go back this whole time, but Twitch is very finicky about what it considers having clicked on the video a second ago. So, I'm a very aggressive man, so even though I've been advocating for more passive play now, up till now, I want to do something very, very decisive right here. I see Bastion coming, and you know what I think? I think Bastion wants to set up behind the shield, and I'm thinking, I don't want Bastion to do that. I see most of their team just sprinted past me, or is in the process of sprinting past me, so I think, hey, I'm gonna pin that motherfucker as soon as he lands. And if Orisa's playing well, she'll stop me from doing that, and I'll be very upset about it. But hindsight's fucking 2020, right? So we get to sit in the privileged position and know, hey, she actually doesn't look like she would have done. Because right there, she's standing in front of him, and she could stand in front of him and fortify to block me. But look, she just does that instead. So it's pretty much just, I know he's going to set up, and Bastion setting up is really scary. Don't want that. Reinhardt, if you can pin that Bastion, you can deal with the Bastion situation. The issue is just usually getting to the Bastion, pretty much. I actually didn't realize this was our Reaper until just now, to be honest with you. And I was going to say we should have blocked for him, but he appeared right as we were in the middle of fire striking, and then he's basically dead by the time we finish fire striking, so hey. Unfortunate timing. We do go for the Bastion now, but it's much harder to go for him at this point, whereas we could have just gone, hey, he's gonna set up, I'm ready for you, instead of going, hey, now I'm gonna go get him a little bit later instead. We did the same thing, we just elected to do it at a worse time, pretty much. So, we've been pretty slow to build up Earth Shatter so far, which is very sad, because Earth Shatter charges pretty quickly as long as you're using Fire Strike efficiently. Don't hold the shield up right now, there's no reason to be doing so. This is just chip damage coming in at us right now, and they don't even have to walk this way right now. So this is just giving the enemy team something to do, because they've got nothing to do right now. By us holding our shield up, we're giving them something to do, because they're going, well, just shoot at Reinhardt's shield to fill some time while we wait for them to actually, like, start doing something again. And, you know, we're walking around this way, so the shield's gonna be healthy again by the time we get round here, but shield efficiency is one of the few things you really have to worry about as Reinhardt, to be perfectly honest with you. Don't bother blocking just like chip trash damage floating in at you, because you want to block actually important damage that's coming in at your team, not just any old trash. So their Diva's behind us right now, and she is by herself. I'll be honest, I thought we were going to Earth Shatter her for a second there when we took the shield down. But we managed to resist doing so. I must confess, I was thinking it would be pretty funny if we Earth Shattered Diva right there. And, you know, sometimes I'm known to Earth Shatter a man just because I wanted to. Just because I thought it would upset him, pretty much. But it is good that we did not do that. I did think about it, I won't lie. So we have managed to get control of the objective. Bastion didn't die, correct? Because I can't see him anywhere, but I didn't see him in the kill feed unless I just wasn't paying attention. No, where's Bastion? Oh, Bastion's all the way back there. I just caught a glimpse of him. He's like all the way over there near where Moira is right now. Yeah, he just basically ran for the hills pretty much, which, I mean, they started losing the fight. They were down 2 people, which is usually the point the fight starts going really bad for you. Oh, he's dead now. He's dead now. Great. Don't bother using Fire Strike once you have Earth Shatter built up, because that's what Fire Strike is really for, building Earth Shatter. So, unless you think the Fire Strike is going to kill someone or lead to them dying, there's no point using it once you have full charge, because just using it like this, just to poke people when you're at full charge, does nothing. Like, you don't gain any ult charge off of it. They don't really become any more likely to die unless you can see like a diver in there as well or something. So all that happens is you do some chip damage to them, they heal it up, their healers get ult charge, and you gain nothing from it. So once you have Earth Shatter built up, don't use Fire Strike unless you think it's going to kill somebody, pretty much. Same deal right there. If you don't think it's going to kill them, don't bother using it. And like if you like use Earth Shatter and you don't have your Fire Strike up, you'll be pretty upset about it, because that's where the fun team wipes come in, when you've got the Fire Strike as well. So, they've started to regroup now, and they've started just walking themselves in right here. We do concede, like, a lot of ground really fast right here, because we go all the way back around the barrel, and, like, if we were just standing in front of the barrel, we could Earth Shatter them right as they come down over the ledge over there and catch their entire team. Whereas now, by the time we Earth Shatter them, they've put the bongo down, they've put their shield down, they're in a better position. We also can't charge like this because we're at 150 health right now. Unless we think the whole team's about to get wiped before they can do this damage to us, we should not be doing this, because we just go so far in, we're destined for death. But to me, the bigger thing is just, like, positioning mistake right at the start, because this could, like, if we're just standing right here, when they jump over that edge, we just Earth Shatter them all immediately. Instead, we come all the way back around here. No real reason to do so. It's not like we're low or anything. Like, we're full health right now. We're more than full health, in fact, right now. And we just concede all this ground, let them get set up, let them use some ultimates, and then we decide to go super far in after doing that. So, really bad engagement, pretty much. Mostly caused by just the positioning right at the start. I'm not sure why we backed up around the barrel like that. Maybe it was to try and get into position to, like, sideways hit them with the Earth Shatter, but man, we're meant to be worrying about the front line as Reinhardt. That's our deal. We want to be at the front line, pretty much. We don't want to be backing up, going around the sides or anything like that. Unless, like, sometimes it's correct in, like, 2% of situations. We want to worry about the front line. So, they've just used Symmetra's ultimate, which makes it very difficult to actually push into them right now. But fortunately, a bunch of them have decided to come and fight us over here anyway. So, you know, that's nice of them. Because they literally could have just set up their Bastion Orisa on the other side of Symmetra's wall, and then, like, what are we gonna do, right? What are we gonna do? We have to fucking sprint at them through 2 shields to get to Bastion? Or we sit back and just wait for the shield to go away, pretty much. Those would be our options. But they chose the worst play, so hey, that's helpful for us, right? So, hey, here comes self-destruct from D.Va. Didn't get very much done. Usually doesn't. You know, I'd rather save it, in case, like, Bastion comes back and starts setting up. McCree's not as scary to me. I think that might be the guy that was playing Bastion changed to McCree, to be honest, but I don't want to just Earth Shatter McCree. I'd rather wait until more scary people are coming, to try and reinforce and then Earth Shatter them instead. So D.Va got a big cool grandpa, playing, very small Asian woman. Yep, seems about right. Hey, look, shockingly, this gets to be play of the game. Tremendous. Oh, fuck, 66 kill participation. Good job. So the thing that stood out the most in this game was, like, literally right at the end, basically, because it was that Reinhardt thing right there that, like, was just the most startling to me, like, damn, I don't know why we did that, and it led to this engage being so much worse than it could have been. I won't belabor the point by explaining exactly why for, like, the 8th time in a row, but that really was the part that stood out the most to me. The first 2 rounds, to be honest with you, I don't think there was a lot we do to affect those outcomes. I think that I felt like those rounds were going to end that way, basically regardless of what we did. In the second round, I do think it would have been better if we changed to Reinhardt pretty close to immediately, pretty much, after seeing their Reinhardt. But I feel like the round probably still went the same way regardless. It just felt like a lot of things were going wrong at the same time. But if we're playing an entirely different hero, right, we're talking about a very different situation, so who knows, maybe. So there you go, that's what I got for you. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 PM EST till 10 or 11 EST, depending on how things go. There's a link to the channel in the description. Come play games, hang out, you know? And then what's the last part? Oh yeah, if you managed to make it all the way through the video and still somehow enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful. Ooh, fucking up the intro, the outro. God damn, even fuck that up, Jesus Christ.